here I am. I'm filming a YouTube video. I know, crazy, right? This is my little toe dip into officially making beauty content. And I told myself that if I did not get through this video today, I would never do this again. A little dramatic, yes, I know. But I am going to film this video even if it kills me. Hi, I am Alex. I would say welcome back to my channel, but this is the first video, so welcome for the first time to this channel. As an inaugural upload, I would like to focus on products that I have been loving and that I currently have in rotation. So starting off, several of these products are from like the same brand, etc., etc. So I'll kind of break it down by brand. The first is Hanskin. I guess, yeah, even if I put my hand behind it in like the classic YouTube way, I don't think you're gonna be able to read that. But this is the PHA pore cleansing oil, and I like this one. I have tried the BHA one. I think that one does a good job of cleansing, and I don't think it's stripping at all, but I like the softer oil that this is. In my opinion, it's slightly softer. And it's really good for sensitive skin types, especially people who can't necessarily use like glycolic acid or other AHAs. And it really is a beautiful, let me actually show you like a real YouTuber. I just like how light it is. And I, of course, use it on a dry face. And I take it down to the décolleté, as it were. And I don't add water until I've fully massaged it in. And then I add water to emulsify. You can towel it off if you want to. It is so nice and light, and it really leaves the skin feeling nice and hydrated. And I don't feel like the polyhydroxy acid really does like a ton of exfoliation, but it takes like a lot of the debris away, which, I mean, that's what you want a cleanser to do, right? And it rinses off with no residue, which, I mean, is key and ideal. I don't necessarily know how people formulate acids into cleansing oils, but I'm here for it. I think it's super sophisticated. I think the product is really lush, and just like a pleasure to use. So I've been loving that. And this cleanser, actually, I have my laptop here for reference. The Hanskin Pore Cleansing Oil is 27 bucks on Ulta, and on SocoGlam it's also 27 bucks. So you get 10.14 fluid ounces, 300 milliliters for around 30 bucks. That's a lot of cleanser. So I think it's a steal, really, and it helps to really balance the skin. And I always feel like it does a good job of removing any makeup, and you can also use it to cleanse afterward as a second cleanse, and it will also cleanse the skin very well. Next one is the Hanskin Hyaluron Eye Serum. This eye serum, I like to use it not just around the eye, but I like to use it in like my fine smile lines that I have here, They're not super drastic, but I'm very picky with my skin. And it really just soaks in and absorbs very quickly. The eye area feels nice and hydrated. And I mean, that's what we want, right? And it's soothing. It's not super tingly or irritating. It doesn't like have like a burning sensation, but it does feel cool to the touch, especially if you use the roller metal ball massager to apply, but I really don't care for that. It's not really like a sanitation thing for me. It's more just I would rather tap it in with my fingers. So there's that. Next up is Klairs. I really like the Klairs Midnight Blue Calming Cream. In the summertime, I think this is an excellent nighttime moisturizer, especially if you are oily and acne prone, or even if like you're really any skin type, but if you do have any sort of irritation, the Azuline and the Cica, the Centella Asiatica in here will really soothe the skin and really keep it nice and hydrated, and it really creates a thin barrier of moisture and like calming cocoon action. And you can also use it as after sun care. The Azuline gives it that beautiful color. And it's just really nice and light. It's like somewhere in the middle between a gel and a cream. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of this if you watch any significant amount of skincare videos on YouTube, or if you just live on the internet. And another classic Klairs product is the vitamin E, the freshly juiced vitamin E mask. This is a new bottle, but to like prove that I love it and that I use it, this is my latest empty jar bottle. I don't know why I called it a bottle, but it's fantastic. I like it as a daytime moisturizer. I like it as a mask fresh out the shower. It does contain vitamin E, niacinamide, vitamin B3, and adenosine, which if you know anything about real basic biology and cell knowledge, cell trivia, anything about, cells, ATP, adenosine triphosphate, is what cells use in metabolizing and creating energy or using it as energy for the body, otherwise known as ATP. I love this. I think it is one of the most sophisticated products at this price point, purely because it is that pudding texture. And I'm totally using my finger to take some. But it's like well, you're not gonna see that. Come on. It's like a pudding texture. So it's really nice and light, really bouncy. It creates such an incredible dewy finish on the skin, but also it's calming and it's going to help fight free radicals and give a really good veil of antioxidant protection. I'm using every phrase to describe these products that I possibly can. I think it pairs well with a multitude of different products, texture-wise, because it sits so thinly on the skin. It really gives you as like the person who's using these products, the consumer, the ability to layer. And I also like to use this right after I take off like a sheet mask or something, because it really helps to seal in whatever ampule or serum that the mask was soaked in. So excellent, excellent, excellent. And next is the Maelove, the Glow Maker Antioxidant Serum. This is a vitamin C, E, and ferulic acid and sodium hyaluronate serum. I enjoy this. I think it's really nice and thin. It is a classic vitamin C serum in that it's not a derivative. It is 15% L-ascorbic acid. So, or hence, you know, the bottle and everything. The reason I say it's a classic because it has the vitamin C smell, and you will feel it if you have any sort of irritation. If you just shaved or something, you will feel the vitamin C. It's lovely. I have seen a slight difference in terms of like residual hyperpigmentation, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and also just overall evenness in tone. I like it so far. I'm gonna keep using it. And this was a gift from a friend. Thank you, Sammy, for giving this to me. I have been wanting to try it, and I just ran out of my other vitamin C serums that I was using. I say serums because there were two. And yeah, so far I really like it. I think it's, for the price, it's a really solid serum, which is great because vitamin C serums tend to be crazy expensive. I mean, the other one I was using was like almost $300, and that also was a gift as well. But I currently don't see myself spending quite that much, even though I do like that product. I'm not going to mention it because chances are, I'm not going to mention the name because chances are you just gave me the side eye for using such an expensive serum. And speaking of serums, this one isn't like extortionately expensive. This is the Neogen Real Ferment Micro Serum. I believe this has the Saccharomyces, but there is panthenol. I know there's vitamin C in here, and this actually is also a really lovely texture. It's kind of like that jelly, really plush, like almost snail mucin-like texture, and it really gives the skin, I mean, I'm gonna have one super glowy hand. It really gives the skin a boost of hydration, and I always feel like when I use it, my skin tends to look brighter. I've been preferring this in the nighttime because when I put slightly more occlusive products on at night, it's because I'm not gonna care about whether or not they like move around or anything. Usually I like to put more layers to like really cocoon the skin. So I have been loving that. This is just like one of my favorite Neogen products in general. The other one I really like is the sunscreen from them. It's such a good sunscreen. This one is from Then I Met You. This is the Honeydew Lip Mask. I really like, oh, I didn't actually see this before. This is honeydew, squalane, vitamin E, and lactic acid. the lactic is going to help the other products penetrate and also kind of slightly exfoliate the lips. Lactic acid, out of all of the AHAs, is also the most moisturizing. So if you do have dry skin, dry lips, really, this lip mask is going to be really amazing. It is a, oop, that's a lot, but it's pretty thick gel. It does have a slight tack to it, so it is more like a traditional lip gloss finish. So if you like glossy lips, you can definitely wear this in the daytime. I really love the way that it makes the lips feel. It keeps them nice and hydrated. And it also makes them look nice and shiny. And frankly, who doesn't love that? So, one last classic before I kind of make this video super complicated is the low pH Good Morning Cleanser from Kosar X. This is in fact the cleanser that I keep going back to because it's like what, $11, $12, and it's pH balanced. I believe it's like a 5.5, if not a 6. And it does have evening primrose, it has tea tree, it has the Saccharomyces ferment, much like the Neogen serum. And it is just so nice, especially in the New York hot, humid, sweaty summer. It really helps to purify the skin, and I like to use this both day and night. And I will switch between this and the Hanskin, just depending on how I'm feeling, or I will follow up the Hanskin with this gel cleanser to get a deeper clean. And like I said before, I use the cleanser with dry hands on a dry face. And then I will add water to emulsify and rinse. So lovely. If you have oily acne prone skin, you might want to take a look at this. Just saying. I haven't had much sleep. This last product that I've been loving is something that is kind of a controversial one only because of its price point. And why I say that is that it's $500. Did I spend $500 on this? No. However, I love it. And I would gladly spend the money if it so happens that money and expendable income just dropped from the sky. It's the Ziip. I'm like, get to it. It's the Ziip. This is a at-home, portable, handheld, nano current, microcurrent, and direct current device. I'm sure you've probably seen this somewhere on a blog or a beauty website. Excuse me, my leg is still asleep. It is fantastic for lymphatic drainage, for training your muscles in your face, helping collagen production. Also, it helps to really clear out the pores. The nanocurrent is a lower frequency than microcurrent, but it goes deeper into the tissue. And because of that, you get stimulation of like collagen and elastin. Not only are you treating the skin on the surface, you know, the epidermis, you're also treating the skin below the surface. And this is not in any way a device that is, because it's, you know, it's made to be used at home, it's not super strong, but I always see results in the way my skin looks because I use this, and I don't use it as often as I used to. There was a time right before this global pandemic that I was using it virtually every day, and like sneaking it in. But I love this to keep stubborn breakouts at bay, and I specifically use it with the silver gel for that reason, because the silver gel is better for like oily acne prone. And I've been loving that. I also really like the instant gratification function, which is one of 8 or 9, they added one, treatments. So essentially it syncs to your phone, and the founder, Melanie of Ziip, filmed tutorials that you follow along as you are doing it. So essentially, there's no guesswork involved. You just follow along and the device does the work for you. You can use it every day if you wanted to. You could use it like once a week and do a bunch of treatments. And yeah, it helps also with not super dramatically off the bat, but it helps like with any hyperpigmentation, and it also really helps just heal for me. If I have like an odd breakout, it really will take down the inflammation. So I really love it. And just a tip, if you are researching it, or if you've heard of the Ziip and you're interested in the silver gel, there is the total clearing treatment that is designed for breakouts, and I always do that one last after I do like the sculpting, instant gratification, or the lymph and lift, anything that has to do with the muscles. I always do the total clearing last because I end up washing off the gel and, you know, cleansing with a cleanser, just to ensure that any bacteria that is pulled to the surface via the current gets rinsed off and it doesn't stay on the skin. So yeah, there's that. I probably will do a dedicated video to Ziip, and you know, they're not gonna sponsor me or anything. I'm not getting paid for it, but I do want to talk a little bit more about how the device works and why it's useful. I think if you, like, the short version of that for right now would be, I think if you were able to invest the $500 immediately, and that would be like your treat yourself kind of money, and you didn't want to use that same amount on like a package at a salon, especially now if you like can't go to a salon or a spa, it is useful. And it's also useful for those who want to maintain results in between treatments. The reality is a device like this is not going to completely replace the expertise and the like individual flavor and finesse of an esthetician, and like the pleasure and sort of change that comes with facial massage with the hands. So really, I think it's worth it, but like any, you know, superfluous beauty device, don't get it if you're not going to use it. But I probably will end up doing a dedicated video to it, like I said. So yeah, I mean, this has been saving me from like looking crazy, so I love it. So yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for sticking around for what, 26 minutes? Lord. And if you have anything you want to tell me, you know, holler down below in the comments. I will eventually do the right thing and link everything in the description box down below like a professional would do. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I got through it. I did it, y'all. We're here. Bye.